Hi friends, welcome back to the speaking skill and writing skill session. We have been talking about the pronunciation in the previous class, right? We are going to see about stress and intonation and all other things in this class. What do you mean by stress? What are you going to do with that? How are we going to do that? Speaking is generally considered the hardest skill to master in English. See, you can listen, you can somehow try to write, you can somehow try to read, but speaking is a great skill which needs a good practice. Fine. We need stress and intonation. If you don't speak without any stress and intonation, the one who listens to the speech of yours cannot understand anything. This means some sounds, syllables are pronounced louder than the others. You can't express the same way. You can't stress all the words. Hi, how are you? Hi, did you eat today? Will you be able to stress like that? Is it right? It's not right. This is not the way to stress the words. The syllable which is pronounced loudest is called the stressed syllable. A syllable is a unit formed by a vowel with one or more consonants. Syllables combine to form words. Sounds are considered as syllables. Let us see few words. Nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs are stressed. Grammatical words, auxiliaries, prepositions, pronouns, articles do not receive any stress. In words with weak suffixes, the root of the word is stress. What do we say? We say as impossible. Fine. We say it as impossible. Compound nouns, the first syllable takes the stress. Compound adjectives take the stress on the second syllable. Compound verbs take the stress on the second syllable. Inflectional words do not change their stress pattern even after the suffix is added. Derivational words change from parts of speech to another, and so their utterance varies, and so does the stress. Words ending with ik, jan, shan are stressed on the penultimate syllable, second from the end. Words ending with si, ti, fi, gi, all are stressed on the anti-penultimate syllable, third from the end. Syllable stress is usually indicated by a tick mark over the syllable as is seen in dictionaries. It is not dictionary, it is dictionary. In the above examples, the spellings that represent the syllables are highlighted. Next, look at the following example. There is a sentence. See, when you put stress on a particular word, you give stress on that word to bring a meaning. When you stress on each word, the meaning differs. Let's see how the meaning differs when you put stress on the different words. For example, I gave her an apple yesterday. See how the sentence gains it in meaning by changing the stress from one word to another. I gave her an apple yesterday. The stress is on the word I. That means I only gave an apple yesterday. No one else did. The next one. I gave her an apple yesterday. That means I gave an apple. I didn't buy it. I didn't get it. I didn't bring it. I gave an apple. It was given. I gave her an apple yesterday. The stress is on the word her. I gave her only. I didn't give the apple to anyone else. So, the receiver is her, not anyone else. I gave her an apple yesterday. That means I gave only one apple. I didn't give two or more. I gave her an apple yesterday. What did I give? I gave apple only. I didn't give banana. I didn't give pomegranate. I didn't give any other fruit. I gave only apple. I gave her an apple yesterday. That means what? Yesterday only I gave. Not before that or not a month before, like that. So, a word you would like to give a stress meaning of the word which you would like to convey, the message you would like to convey. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Now, I am going to do a role play. So, a dialogue stressing on the highlighted words. A father and a daughter speaking. Babu and Sarah. Sarah, I'm home. Hi Daddy, how was your day at work? It was great. I finished the project successfully. That's great. Congratulations. I am really happy. I have to go to Madurai this weekend, so I won't be able to meet your friends when they come here on Friday. Sorry to let you down, dear. You're sorry? You're sorry? I'm afraid sorry isn't good enough. I've already told them you will be home. I know, and I'm sorry about it. But as long as you have the chance to see them, it's good, right? Fine. But we are going to meet them next Friday. No excuses. Sure, definitely. Friends, did you just notice, observe where I gave the stress? Successfully. Congratulations. Then Friday, meet. And I've already told them you will be home. There I gave a stress. Once you listen to that, fine. But as long as you have the chance to see them, it's good, right? There I gave a stress. Sure, definitely. So, these words which have stress would like to convey the message strongly, which you intend to convey in a very strong manner. Now, let's go to the next one. Intonation. Intonation is the way the pitch of a speaker's voice goes up or down as they speak. Say this sentence, hello, to the following people. A friend you meet often. How will you say? Regularly, daily you meet. You won't say, hello, hi. You won't say, hello da, hi. Because you meet him regularly. Even when you speak over phone, immediately when you get the line, hello, tell me da. Because it's quite natural, because you speak regularly. Whereas, a friend you are meeting after a long time, if you go and say hello to him, hello, hi da, he'll be definitely, that's all, shocked. Because you are meeting him after a long time. How will you say? Hi, hello, wow, how are you? This is the way you express. Immediately the tone raises. Fine. A neighbor who is troublesome. Hello, who is always troublesome. You never like to meet him at all. Once you meet him, naturally headache also follows. If it is the way, how will you say hello? Hello, yeah, tell me. Your eyebrows would go up because you know very well something is going to follow, right? The moment you see the kid, you would be so happy. How will you say? Hello, Juju, how are you, Chochi? This is the way you express, right? Someone you are seeing for the first time. Immediately you won't go run and say, hello, how are you? Because you don't know. Very modestly, very decently, you will go and say, hello, yeah, I am, yeah, very fine meeting you. This is the tone which would come from you. To know if someone is in the room, if at all you knock the door, you just want to know whether anyone is there in the room. Hello. Is there anyone in the room? Hello? Hello? Okay. The same but on the phone. Hello? Hello? Is there anyone on call? Hello? So, the tone differs. The difference is because you raise or lower your voice according to your attitude towards the person. This change in the pitch of your voice is called intonation. We are going to see this intonation in detail. Types of intonation. There are 4 types of intonation: falling, rising, fall rise, rise fall. They are denoted by the following signs. We have standard patterns. Okay. Falling tone is used on the last stressed syllable of the sentence in statements. Declarative sentences. We live in Chennai. He doesn't have the book. Then questions. When you ask questions, you ask, what do you want? Commands. Imperative sentences. Close the door. Come here. Exclamatory sentences. What a pleasant surprise. Then amazing shot. So it falls, right? The last part of alternative questions after or. Would you like to have coffee or tea? It should be in falling tone. Do you want pen or a pencil? Tag questions. When you put tag questions, when the answer is sure to be yes, you live here, don't you? Do you raise? No. You live here, don't you? Rising intonation in English expresses a number of emotions such as non-finality, surprise, doubt, politeness, interest, lack of confidence. In rising tone, with the help of rising tone, you can communicate the feelings in a very beautiful way, in a very simple way. Non-finality, like you would not have finalized a particular thing for that. I think, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, sure. So, the tone raises there. Surprise, wow, wow. Doubt, is it? When you are asking your friend to come home, she says, I won't be able to come to your house, Pa, I am very sorry. Immediately, why? Are you going anywhere? Yes, Pa, I am going. Is it? Is it? Doubt. Politeness. Ma'am, today I haven't done my homework, ma'am. Homework, ma'am. I haven't done it, ma'am. Interest. I am ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. Do it. You show the interest there. Lack of confidence. If someone is asking you to do the project, immediately you say, me? You're asking me to do? If you are asked to sing a song, immediately you have lack of confidence. You say, you're asking me? Am I to do or am I to sing? Sing? So, all these expressions are shown through rising intonation. Standard rising intonation in English usually goes down a little first and then rises up. Usually, what do? We just lower our voice and then rise it. Rising intonation is used in statement intended to be a question. You came here today. I thought you came last night. You came here today. You just want to confirm. You know that the person has come today. But just a small doubt. So, to clear it, what do? We put the last word with a rising intonation. You came here today. He left so early. My God, I thought he would wait. With a doubt. You just wanted to clear it. Fine. Next. We'll go to the next one. Statement intended to be reassuring. I'll come with you. I hope you will be okay. Question expressing curiosity to know. What are you doing? When is the next train? Yes or no questions. Polar questions. Can you show it? Have you finished? Exclamations intended to be a question. Really? I never thought so. That is the meaning. What? Unbelievable. Greetings and wishes. Good morning. Hello. Happy New Year. Rhetorical question. Who knows what will happen? Can spring be far behind? Apostrophes. Direct address. Child is the father of the man. Sir, you dropped your phone. Requests. Please sit down. Don't forget to send it. Fall rise tone. Tag questions. When not sure that the answer will be yes. It's a beautiful movie, isn't it? Isn't it? I gave it to you, didn't I? Express contrasts. I came to buy a laptop, not a desktop. The teacher asked for the book, not the paper. Rise, fall, tone. Enumerating items in a list. She bought pens, pencils and erasers. I came, I saw, I conquered. Pencils, erasers. So, rise and fall. Assessment. How will you put intonation? How will you put a stress in this? Tell me. How will you say this word happy birthday? Happy birthday. It should be always in a rising tone. Courage. Thy name is woman. I'll collect it tomorrow. That's unbelievable. It would be in rising. What a lovely color. Fine. I think you would have all understood this falling and rising tone concept. Let's go to the next one. Speaking, art therapy. Art therapy is a mental health profession in which clients facilitated by an art therapist use an art media, the creative process and the resulting art work to explore their feelings, reconcile emotional conflicts, foster self-awareness, manage behavior and addiction, develop social skills, improve reality orientation, increase self-esteem. A goal in art therapy is to improve or restore a client's functioning, his or her well-being. To be precise, what do you mean by art therapy? Speaking is itself an art therapy. By speaking with one person, you can bring them out of their bad addictions. We can bring two people, a couple who would like to get separated by talking to them. Okay, this is an art therapy. Fine. Speaking is like a medicine. In fact, a person, one who feels so lonely, once you start speaking with them with a great friendliness, naturally they would just come out of their stress. This is why nowadays schools have guidance and counseling centers. Do you understand now? Children, those who have stress, once if they are given guidance and counseling through speaking with them, naturally they will come out of their stress and disability and they will start being very, very good. Okay, we will go to the next. Writing, display, advertisement, poster making, report, note making, abbreviations. Now we are going to see how we have to write the following things: display, advertisement, poster making, report, note making, abbreviations. What are you going to actually display? Advertisements, logo, commercial, jingle, target market, brand name. How are you going to advertise? Advertisement is an advert on radio or TV. Fine. Then you have to prepare a logo, a symbol for that. Commercial, symbol that identifies the product. Jingle, a short song. Target market, people. Brand name, the commercial name of the product. How to create an advertisement? A step-by-step guide. Create a brand name, mention what you sell, identify the target, write a catchy slogan, give a headline, think of a layout, create a logo. Guidelines for writing an ad. There should be at least one element in the ad that attracts the eye. It should be attractive, colorful. Ad must be realistic. It should be persuasive. The aim of the ad is to make the readers buy the product. Write short sentences in simple language. Do not waste words. Be precise. Use the present tense and the active voice. Punctuate correctly to make the message very clear. Fine. Having this in mind, you try to write, prepare an advertisement. Try. Display commercial advertisements. This is a very short public announcement. It should be visually attractive. It includes artwork, has catchy slogans, has witty expressions. Fine. You try to make an advertisement, classified advertisement. Classifieds appear in newspapers and magazines. It has no visuals or designs. It is always brief and to the point. Abbreviations are used to convey more while paying less. Each word is charged in a classified advertisement. Where do you see this classified advertisement? Especially in newspapers. Each and every word is put a cost. Classified advertisements are divided into categories. What? Recruitment, lost and found, to let, matrimonial, sale and purchase, missing, tours and travels, appeal, educational, change of name and address, obituary. Poster making, they are showing the emotions, excitement, and they are full of information. They are very readable also. Okay. Different types of posters. What are they? Propaganda and political posters, movie posters, travel posters, railway posters, event posters, entertainment posters, educational posters. How should you prepare posters? Diligent use of color diligently to create the energy needed. Experiment with typography. Rank information in order of importance. Use white space cleverly to form creative composition. Say more with less. Use captivating and persuasive language. Create a point of focus. Include slogans, wordplay, metaphors to enhance the posters. Now, your work is to draft an attractive poster. Outline for the report. Now, we are going to write about the report writing. How should you report? Title page, author's name, introduction, what purpose is it going to solve, description, details of the event, causes and results, discussion, conclusion. Now, you are a reporter of your school, of school's newspaper. You have to report about the exhibition of the art gallery, right? Having 120 to 150 words. Fine. Next, we are going to rush up about note making. How would you do note making? There is a paragraph given about Madhubani painting. Just you can see that in your book. How can you make notes of that paragraph? What should you do? You have to write the title first, Madhubani painting, then subtitles. For the subtitles, you should write different paragraphs, right? A short rush up about abbreviations, abbreviations used, and you put it as inverted S. Indian, how would you say? IND, that denotes Indian. Occasions, OCCAS. Geometrical, GOML. So, you could have seen the word geo.ml, that means geometrical. Friends, when you are going to summarize the note making, how would you do it? You have to make use of the notes. All the important points jotted down should be made as a summary. It should not be a descriptive one. It should be a very short and sweet one consisting of all the messages what you have taken as notes. Okay. Friends, hope you have all grasped, observed what have been told all this time about speaking and writing skills in this class. So, till we meet with some other new topic, thank you.